The United Methodist Church's General Conference wrapped up its work a week ago in Charlotte, North Carolina, and after considering 600 pieces of legislation and voting on them, I hope you have become aware that there's been some major changes that happened to the United Methodist Church. I want to convey a little bit about those briefly, because we're beginning to sense what has changed, what is the exact language that we'll need to be working within at this point forward, as well as a timeline. But first, I need to apologize and want to apologize to you. I completely swung and missed on how quickly these changes were coming. I had really felt in my heart that we had a year or two, that there may be some minor changes, that we would be working towards major changes within the next year or two, but that we had time to really process those as a congregation, and I was sorely wrong. And as a result, we were caught flat-footed as a congregation, many of us, and many are unsettled right now. And if that is you, please know that was never my intent, and I deeply regret for what this has caused to many in our congregation and their feelings, that things are so unsettled and moving so quickly. I want you to know I'm going to work real hard to make sure this never happens again. And I want you to know that I hope that you will forgive me and that you will allow us to kind of start the work ahead of us, because there is much work ahead of us. We as a denomination have changed a couple of major things, along with a lot of other things as well. You've heard at this point, gay and lesbian couples are able to be married by United Methodist clergy and be married in United Methodist churches. Along with that, gay and lesbian persons who are married are eligible to be ordained and serve as licensed local pastors. There were a lot of other changes as well, but those are the two that get most of the publicity and I get most of the questions about. What has taken place since these changes have become apparent and have become in place is that the Ad Council has begun to do its work. And they've already met twice. They met a Tuesday during General Conference to get an update of how things were going, and then they met this past Tuesday and got a detailed understanding of what the changes are and what their timeline is, and we'll be communicating all of that as great a detail as you would like to get in the coming days and weeks. They also acknowledge that we really need to get to work on a few things and have designated 4 different working groups, and these teams have been established and will begin doing their work. We have a wedding policy team. We will need to redo our wedding policy across First United Methodist Church, and there's a team that will work to do that. We need to work alongside our clergy about what exactly are they comfortable with in terms of weddings at this point, and what will they do. And we also need to make sure that appointments, and whenever the next appointment that we receive from the conference, that those clergy persons who are being sent to us understand exactly who we are and where we're going, and the staff parish relations will form that team that really helps us to get there. Thirdly, we need to take a deep dive into what is going on within our children and youth ministry. I got a lot of questions about that and continue to get a lot of questions about what exactly will we be teaching and how will that work. And just want you to know that my first answer is always, well, we teach the Bible, and that will be the core of what that means. But there are a lot of things that we need to consider and discuss, and we will do that. And the fourth area really be a communications team that will kind of pick up and run with how best do we keep everyone informed, and what do we need to do from this point forward. So I hope that you would pray for administrative council and our downtown leadership team who met on Wednesday to get this full update as well. There's already been a lot of things that are taking place and a lot of work that will be ahead of us. I'm anticipating this is at least a year's worth of work, if not longer in some areas. I'm hoping to have the wedding policy not only written, but allow you to see and to have it approved so that it can be ready to go by January 1. I know the communications team will be working even next week to help us to continue to get the message out there in a way that is not only right where you need it, but when you need it. So much else I want to tell you about. I would love the ability to sit down if you have questions or concerns. If you're excited about what's going on, I'd like to hear from you as well. If you are wondering if there's still a place for you here, I want to have those conversations that would be pastoral, and it would just to hear your heart. I know that we have lots of work ahead of us, but I am convinced that we have the muscle memory to do it. We're a group of people who understand what it looks like to have conversations. It looks like to get stuff done and execute. We do things very well in terms of those things here. And so I'm excited about that. Again, if you have any questions, you reach out to me. I am here and ready, and would just cherish the ability to sit down with you. My prayers, thoughts, everything are with you, and I would ask that you would continue to pray for your leadership as they lead us through this.